Trust me, it'll look better on camera.
I believe you. Am I telling you
Beauty's
not
uncomfortable.
to do?
You see me go to fucking award shows and shit. It's awful.
Some people don't have natural beauty like I do. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm Mike Knapp, and I'm the founder of LongTail Rally.
LongTail Rally 2023.
Cars are a universal language that everybody understands.
We've done this with 150 people over 3 years.
There's no better way to experience the U.S. through the windshield of a vehicle.
Call it a community, call it whatever you want, but, you know, it's something special.
We're in Spokane, Washington. The dominoes are falling. There's not much we can do at this point. Everyone's ready to rock. I think everyone's ready to just go.
You're not getting that in there.
I'm getting it in there.
You're not getting that in there.
I'm getting it in there, Julie.
Jeff, when Mike asks, and he wanted it all laid out, you can tell him that we agreed that this is a good idea.
Instead of putting 6 hoodies in, we'll put 4 in, and a lot of people got some free ones.
It's almost done. It's almost there. I promise you, it's almost in there.
I said give away the blue ones.
My name's Jeff Oppenheim from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have a shop called First Try Engineering. I do a lot of welding, fabrication, performance. It's been a passion of mine for years. Cars have pretty much been in my blood my whole life. See, my background is all like the drag and drive culture. It's a similar concept, but with like drag racing. We rally, you know, not in high speeds, but you know, we have a destination we have to travel. Big thing about the rallies is like the ability to go travel, see new places. So, I mean, there's no better way to experience the U.S. through the windshield of a vehicle. There's just so much out there to see. And the opportunity with the LongTail, it takes you to new places you probably wouldn't have gone otherwise. Years ago, there used to be message boards formed before, you know, that was like the original social media. And that's how I met Mike, through the local message boards with the common bond of cars. He would need some work done, I would work on his cars, or we would go hang out. When he talked about doing this rally, I was like, whatever I can do, let me know. LongTail changed my life because at 18 months old, I had spinal meningitis. And at that point, I lost all the hearing in my right side. I had significant loss on my left side. In my mid-30s or so, it started to decline. I had 0% word recognition. And then as time goes by, like during the first LongTail Rally, we had the mask mandates, and lip reading, that turned into a new challenge with the masks. The participants, they saw my struggles, they just stepped in and helped. Some of them, they have certain resources, they knew some doctors. So one of the participants, Shane, he set up the appointment, got the ball rolling. After a few months, we found out that I was a candidate. I was able to get the implant, and I could tell you it's been life-changing. It's not just a light switch. You put the implant on and boom, it works. There's a lot of therapy, a lot of retraining. And it's funny, like Julie, when I found out I could hear music, the first thing she did, she was like, you need Spotify, to which I've never used it before. So she went and bought like a year subscription to Spotify at the present, which I've used great. Like, I mean, I think last year I did 145,000 minutes between podcast and music. I mean, it's just nonstop. And now that I've regained it, I mean, I'm trying to make up for all the lost time. You know, you understand the mechanical side of the implant, but they don't tell you the emotional side. Just to hear, you know, to hear your feet dragging on the ground. I mean, like, for years I didn't hear that. So, I mean, to hear the birds in the morning is like cars passing by, or just a hello from somebody local that you wouldn't have heard before. I mean, so.
just touched down in Spokane today, and already this is nuts. It's so crazy that everywhere you go is a car show automatically. I was lucky enough to tag along for one of the earlier longtails, but due to a blown tire, it was a very short-lived trip. But now we have XCOM here. It's gonna take care of us the whole way through, and I'm just stoked. I've never been to any of these states before. I've never seen Montana. I've never seen Wyoming. I've never seen Utah. It's gonna be beautiful. And we have a helicopter tour in the middle. I'm stoked. Oh, come on. Come on, Clutch. Oh, man. I have a dead R8 in a garage at day 1 of a 9-day rally that leaves tomorrow morning. What are the odds that someone over there can bring a scan tool here and program it in the garage?
My name's Will Collette. I work in a shop called Ghostworks. We do performance upgrades and mods to cars, and then I also do all the content and marketing for LongTail Rally. I love it when people ask me what is a LongTail Rally, because I get to look them in the eye and say it is the event that sets the record for the best day of my life each day that it happens, no matter what year I go on it. I managed to take the most reliable supercar platform ever created and made it the most unreliable car on Earth. I have broken everything on my car that you can possibly break.
Like, is something wrong with it, or is it just, well, the whole way back it couldn't get downshifts right. It was like dropping RPMs to like 500. It was going all the way to 0 and then like back up, and it was hard engaging. Like, it couldn't figure it out. Is there any scenario? Oh, I'm already working on it.
Audi of Spokane showed up. Their R8 Master Tech, who I think had been working on for R8s, they said it was either a decade or 2 decades, was there with me for hours. And then it died, and it did not make it a single mile on LongTail Rally.
I flushed my juice down in the club. I always keep that shit on top. My piece was like a disco ball.
We wanted to have a rally out there that's the rally that we wanted to go on. You know, there's a lot of other rallies out there that charge a lot of money that might not really deliver the value that we think should be delivered. So we're trying to just do it the right way, do it our way, and do it, you know, the chill, relaxed way. But, you know, the fact that we found all these other people to, you know, come along with us on the journey has been awesome.
3rd-year rally participant.
Hey, I told Mike day 1, when I first met Mike, a few years ago now, came to my little event down in San Diego. And he was like, hey, I'm doing a rally. I didn't even own a supercar. I had a Tundra. And I'm like, I'm going. I don't care what it is. I'll be there. Whatever you're doing, I'm there. I'm in. And fast forward to today, I bought a car after every rally. So I'm trying not to buy another car this year. But here we are.
Engaged on the 6th.
Got engaged last year on the rally. Well, here we are again, man. LongTail, 21 years, 2023. And it's day 0. Stand by. Let's go.
I first met George Anthony. He was doing a toy drive, just starting it down in San Diego, and he was a drill instructor with the Marines. It was a really cool thing we wanted to be part of, but I definitely had a little bit of a late night the night before, and driving from LA down to San Diego in an Aventador early morning at like 4 a.m. was not real high on my list of things I wanted to do, but you know, he just came off as such a nice guy. I really wanted to meet him and check out his event, so sucked it up. It was an amazing event. Got to meet some of the Marines, took some of them for rides in the cars, and they absolutely loved it. So it was a pretty cool thing. And that's one of the things we really like to do on this rally is, you know, share in the joy that these cars bring. You know, we let the kids get in the cars and rev the cars, and sharing in that joy brings us a lot of happiness.
LongTail Rally 2023. This is one big happy rally family. We've got some old faces, we've got a whole bunch of new faces, which I'm really, really happy about. We have a photographer trio, Ted and Sandrine in the little Fiat Abarth 500 that will go faster than you. So if you see a crazy Belgian-ish looking dude hanging out the front of it, he will look really angry at you and say, "Get up forward! Now you're too close."
You know how many times I'm waiting in the car? Even when we go to dinner? All the time. Really? That's not going to change anything, Ted.
What do you mean? What on
Inside the shirt.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're gonna hear me?
Talk.
Oui, c'est bon. It's good?
Oui, c'est bon, it's good. You want to go now? Yeah. Is this thing recording now? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. My name is Ted Seven. I'm an automotive photographer based in Irvine. I'm shooting in studio. We got a nice studio here with a LongTail Rally, actually. It's usually about 3 cars a day, sometimes 7 days a week. And I'm shooting rally too with mostly my beloved driver and my beloved Fiat Abarth named Little Ninja because she's a little ninja. It goes everywhere and anywhere, and it's passing everybody. I started doing photography 13 years ago. Moved to California, visit Cars and Coffee, and just got hooked on the photography because I loved cars before anyway. That's where I just transformed my passion into a job. My father was a car freak anyway, and every time he had to leave somewhere in Germany or in another country, he'd bring me back small toy cars. I mean, Matchbox, Corgi, whatever. I had thousands of little cars. That's a little bit how I learned the color, because color was, oh, look, this is a red Mustang, not a red tomato. Oh, that's a red Mustang. Oh, this is a blue Corvette. Oh, this is a white Porsche. That's always associate, a color with a car. So that's my life, always with that.
We did a drive, and Mike and Julie was on the drive with us. And then when we arrived at the location, that was a very long day, an exhausting day. And Julie was running down the hallway looking for a drink, wine or bar or something, and there was nothing at the hotel back in time. And then the lady at the front desk gave us a coupon or something and said there was that great bar, you can go there. And Julie said, okay, let's go together. Then I didn't know her, I never see her, and I literally bumped to her into the hallway, end up to have a drink, and then for there we start to become very good friends. A year later, when we did another drive together, and Mike said, I want to start a rally. What do you think about it? And then all the conversations start from there. It was late 2020?
Yeah, late
2020, when they start talking about the LongTail. And I said, there we go.
Yep.
The views are impeccable. It kind of looks just like, I don't know, you could say Glendale or Compton or something, but it's unbelievable beautifully out here. Gas station vibes look good. Probably my favorite part about the whole entire rally is the gas station takeovers. You gotta get your Red Bull, your beef jerky, you're solid, you're on your way. No tickets so far. Only 1 car down from day 0, not day 1. I'd say it's a good start. One of the best parts of these rallies, just ruining the serenity of small mountain towns mile by mile. It's beautiful.
The venue was really cool. The place we got to stay at, probably the best part was the fact that we were able to park in town on the street. It was became like a car show. There's nothing better than waking up a sleepy town. You take a small town, they may never see this stuff in their life. And to bring it to their doorstep and give them the opportunity, I don't know, that feeling is always the best. These kids, they read about it, they see about it, they dream about it, but they didn't actually get to experience and see it.
I think what separates LongTail from different rallies, and I haven't been on a ton, Mike had this vision and how he wanted to put it together in the roads, and I don't even know if this was just my input, but I noticed a lot of wives usually don't go, or girlfriends don't go on rallies. And I have found it kind of empowering, and I didn't realize it at the time until a woman walks up to you and she's like, you know, I know nothing about cars. Like, this is a his thing, but I'm having a great time. Like, now people can go and get a babysitter for a week, and it's kind of become a family affair.
Everybody parks in the street, and then we're off to dinner. And it was our first dinner as one big group because I missed the opening dinner working on the R8. I was starting to feel Longtail again. Because yes, you have a driving aspect of it, but the driving isn't the bulk of what you do. It's spending time with people, and the dinners are honestly the highlight. So it started to feel familiar again, where I was like, oh yeah, that's right, you know, this is that time of year again.
My name is Carl Brower. I am an automotive journalist and analyst. It started out as pure journalism back in the old days when I started working as the editorial assistant at Hot Rod magazine, and I was eventually graduated to a staff writer at Super Street, where I wrote stories about import tuner cars. This was 5 years before the movie Fast and Furious came out. It was very bizarre to sit in a movie theater and watch a big budget Hollywood film about the import tuner scene in 2001, because 5 years earlier I was calling up manufacturers trying to get press cars like SVT Focuses and Preludes, and they were like, what do you do? Oh, we cover modified Civics and Integras. People are modifying Civics? Yes, they are actually, you know, and telling my family back in Denver what I'm doing out here in LA, and they're like, what? And then I went to Kelley Blue Book, and I had slowly become more analyst, so analyzing the sales data, trends in the marketplace, things like that. Ended up being on the media a lot and doing representation for Kelley and talking to a lot of big clients like General Motors and Ford and BMW, explaining to them the trends so that they could take it and use it for their advertising and model, even their product development stuff. And so I meet this guy who keeps reaching out to me and bugging me on Instagram, wanting to shoot my 2019 Ford GT Carbon Series. His name's Bilko. And that was the first time I met him. Met him up there with the GT, and he took photos, and we just had a great time and got along well. It was probably a few weeks after that, he calls me or emails me. I think he emails me, and he's like, dude, you should go on this rally. He's like, it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be on it, and there's gonna be a bunch of fun people on it. And I looked at it, and you know, I've seen rallies for years. I'd never gone on them. I've done a couple day trips, but I'd never done an overnight or certainly multi-day rally. He was like, you should talk to Mike, he's cool. I'm like, all right, let's talk to him. And so I called him up, and we ended up having like a 20-minute conversation. And I'll never forget where he said, remember, Carl, we rarely leave before 10, and we're rarely not to our next location after 4. And I'm like, oh, so this is a have fun rally. And as soon as that was obvious to me, my interest shot up big time in it. It's funny, I always remembered like hanging up after that conversation and thinking, yeah, that was cool. I think I want to go on this. And then it probably was like 24 hours later, I realized it's like, you know, I wasn't just interviewing him to be on the rally. He was interviewing me to be on the rally. He doesn't want jerks on the rally. And apparently I passed because he still let me come on it after that 20-minute conversation.
This morning we're at Missoula, Montana. The weather's absolutely fantastic, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna drive all the way to Big Sky, Montana. I still haven't found out if there's Small Sky yet. I'm really looking forward to Big Sky. 5-hour drive, a lot of twisty, tight, curvy roads, just the way I like it.
What happened with the, I heard metal clanking, what happened?
I think we got a rock in the caliber.
Just dig around in it? Yeah, malfunction on the Huracan.
That just means you just need to like do giant smoky burnout, right?
Yeah, probably.
All 4 wheels. Just,
it's driving just fine.
As a McLaren owner, check engine lights do not scare me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's how you solve a problem. 2 supercars I've fixed on the rally so far. Yeah, oh my God. Thank you. Honestly, it was probably just something stuck between the heat shield and the rotor. So easy fix. Let's go.
We've been getting calls about you guys coming over the pass. So what was going on?
I mean, we're just the film crew, so we're just trying to...
You're just the film crew?
Yeah, we're
okay.
just the film crew.
Who are these guys back here? They're with you.
Yeah, I was driving the go-kart.
Okay, what vehicle were you driving?
White McLaren.
Do you know if dispatch has their plates?
They're being friendly enough. Mike is giving them a heads up that we're the group that stopped, but up ahead there's the Red Ferrari, the yellow Corvette, the GTR, all the cars that really are the ones that aren't the favorites of the group, and they're probably still racing right now. They probably look ahead.
With your distinct cars, the public is paying more attention, right?
We're noticeable enough as it is.
Like I said, I appreciate you guys stopping. I know the fat seeds are probably up ahead and not going to stop.
So we got multiple calls, a bunch of sports cars speeding down the road, they were saying, and people hanging out windows. So we're all about having fun, going out for drives. You guys are going across multiple states, which is awesome. If you get moving on some of these narrow roads and deer, antelope jumps out in front of it, it's pretty easy to hit them. And with some of these cars that have super low windshields, you hit one going fast enough, it could come right through on in. At the end of the day, we're just here to keep people safe.
When there's 40 multicolored supercars rolling down a back road, we do tend to have a couple of conversations with law enforcement, but we find that when you give respect, you get respect. We always act cool, and they're cool with us, and we usually get a really cool selfie after the end of the interaction, just to prove that we had a great interaction with those folks. So God bless them and everything that they do, because I sure as heck wouldn't be out there doing that. So kudos to them.
It's not a rally where you have to drive all the time. You just enjoy actually the city, enjoy the hotels also, because that was really a big problem with all the other rallies we went. You don't enjoy anything. Yeah, you enjoy driving, but you can drive every day.
Mike knows how to cultivate not just a great rally structure and location and driving loop and events and hotels. More than just making those functional things of the rally work is the humans that are on the rally. It'll all live and die on that.
Oh my God. It was terrible, man. It was just awesome.
I'm sure the helicopter ride is safer than the drive we had over here.
It took me a lot of courage to get out that road, man. Walking around, pacing around, like, fuck, let's just do this, man.
All the shit you've been through in life,
Yeah, you'd be surprised what I'd be nervous about.
Oh, yeah, man. You should see him drive in Malibu. I'm like, yo, you got it. See, they got you guys in the luxury copter, man. They got us over in there. They got us in the Datsun over there next to it, man.
It was cool because it was like a twofold, because I've never been in a helicopter before. So I was excited because I was like, check that item off my list. So it was cool to experience, get to go in a helicopter for the first time. So, and it was even better to get to go see it over the scenery, so on the outskirts of Yellowstone.
Well done, man. Well done.
I've been on a couple other rallies, not to name them, but they're all different, and LongTail just actually gives you a peace of mind of not having to wake up at the ass crack of dawn, drive all day, party, and wake up and do it all over again. We're staying at a Montage property in Big Sky. You get to actually relax at times, take in the scenery, take in what the city can offer you, and not just feel like you're in a car for 7 days straight. So that's my biggest takeaway about LongTail and why I will continue to do it year after year.
Not because your windshield is broken, you have to broke mine. Is it broken now? No. But well, then there's no complaints. Have you seen all the shit that you're just sending? Mr. Negativity, I don't need to hear this right now. I don't care. I pass.
It doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter where you're from. We live in a time right now that a lot of people are looking for ways where we can be different. They're looking for ways where they can cancel someone or where they can cut people off or where you can find reasons why somebody doesn't understand you. Cars are this magical just language where if you and I are in a Ferrari together, we are both going to have an awesome, fun experience, whether it's at 10 miles an hour driving that Ferrari or we're flying around turns at Laguna Seca. When I put someone in the passenger seat that has never experienced a supercar, whether you're into cars or not, whether you've seen a Fast and Furious movie or not, or grew up playing Need for Speed, it doesn't matter. When you're in the passenger seat of a car like that, you enjoy the experience and you stop forgetting about why you don't relate to the driver or where you're from or what their interests are. You're both just experiencing this moment and you're falling in love with it.
So I think the impact and the experience that's created is all created by themselves, and I don't think they know that. I think you can book hotels and restaurants and you can do all of that, but it's all about the people. The bonding and then what they do after the rally is something that I don't think Mike or I ever imagined. There's a few times we've sat there and went, whoa, like people getting into business with each other, or somebody who's been in business for 40 years is giving somebody advice who's just starting out or who's only 5 years in and is like hitting speed bumps and trying to figure out, you know, how do I pivot? And you've got, it's essentially free advice just for being awesome people. They're sitting there and they're collaborating and they're getting, you know, invaluable advice from people who are essentially not more successful than them, just further in life and sharing their experiences on how to help others. I think every single experience is created by them.
From the locations we're staying at to the cars and the characters and the people and the personalities, it's a really cool thing. There's four of the states we've been to I've never been to before. I've always wanted to come to Big Sky. I'm a big skier, and I haven't made it here. I've been trying to do it the last 2 years, so I didn't think my first time coming would be in the summer, but I mean, look at this. This is incredible. I've never been to Washington, never been to Idaho, so I'm kind of checking off a few things right now, so this is really cool.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's so much fun. There, you know, I got poor eyesight and I'm too tall to fit in the plane, so this is the closest I'm ever going to get to a fighter jet. I'm with it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, dude. Thanks for the great food.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was killer.
So here's a thought I had earlier. We have like the river, right? We have the sunset. We're in Lincoln Valley. In this space, like work can't touch you. Drama at home can't touch you. Like things you stressed about a week ago, there's too much good energy here. It fights it off effortlessly.
It's also because we don't have cell phone service. I'm out.
It's my first year. It's super cool though. I love it.
I mean, I've done Gumball, I've done Gold Rush, I've done a lot of rallies, and this is special. And this route is the best route I've ever been on. And I've been on a lot of routes. So it's beautiful. Awesome. It's God's country.
We are in Yellowstone and we're gonna go see Old Faithful. Gonna get a cool shot and then try and get the heck out of here before everybody else tries to do the exact same thing. And get back on the road and get to Jackson Hole.
Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you kind of feel like you're halfway in Switzerland and halfway in like the Wild Wild West.
The car situation's off my mind. I'm just like, we're here with the LongTail fam. I'm hopping car to car. I was riding a car a little bit. So like at this point, I'm just like, I am just a passenger princess now. So I'm just gonna enjoy it, sit back and enjoy one of the first main stops we have here, which is Jackson Hole, which is like, which is a place that I had never heard of or didn't know anything about until we got there. And then Caleb found like an animal to wear. It looked like he killed a bear and then like put a bear on him. And he spent a lot of money on it. And he went and picked it up. I know the guy selling it was like, I can't believe you bought this thing.
It's such an iconic destination. I mean, between the, the $1 Million Cowboy Bar, the antlers in the park, and then we had a free day. So it was awesome because like, even though you're in cars, like you're hanging out all day, you don't get the intimate level of like actually interacting with people. So a bunch of us, I mean, we decided to go group hike. We went around Jenny Lake. There was a cool trail. I think it was around roughly like 8 miles. So we hiked through. So I mean, the bonding, then you get to see the scenery. I mean, the glacier lakes, I mean, again, you can't describe it. Like to see the crystal clear waters up in the mountains. And I mean, just get to walk through the scenery, engage in conversation that you wouldn't otherwise.
Have made this so amazing that we've actually got to just kind of kick back and actually enjoy the rally along with you. A couple of things about tomorrow that might roll into tonight and how long you decide to stay out. We'll be back in rally mode tomorrow and not that Yellowstone kind of, So we're going to try and make some time up tomorrow and get down because we're going directly to the track. So we want to get in around 2:30, 3 o'clock to the track. It's going to be a really hot day tomorrow, so hopefully it'll be cooling off a little bit into the evening. But we'll have food and refreshments and everything there. Lots of air conditioning. Thank you for another fantastic day, and look forward to hitting the highway again with you tomorrow. Let's go!
We're at UMC, and what an amazing way to end a week long of driving these cars, just to kill any cars that haven't died yet, you know?
We get to do a little bit of drag racing, a lot of Porsches, a lot of McLarens, a lot of different rivalries. So we'll see what everybody's able to accomplish with their cars. I mean, we have some special cars here from like the SF90 to the 765 LT to a couple 600 LTs, even Porsche Cayenne GTS against a turbo right now.
They're putting me up against the biggest schmuck in the rally.
I got money on Mike. Funny after they've been out on the track for like the last hour to watch them race now with their cars, brakes, tires, everything overheated. It's kind of funny. What has he done to that turbo though?
It's stock.
Is it fully stock?
I had a 2009 Carrera S. The only reason it went away is because I had this big bill coming from this thing called a 2019 Ford GT Carbon Series. So part of what helped me afford that was letting the Carrera S go. I knew when that flatbed was pulling away with my 2009 Carrera S Launch Edition, dark racing green with sand beige interior, that was not the end of Carl Brauer's Porsche 911 story. I loved that car, and my biggest regret was that I hardly drove it. When I realized I was going to sell the 2019 Carbon Series, my mind immediately went right back to a 911, and specifically the 9972. I think that all the 911s are very cool. There's not an uncool 911 ever made. But I think that peak 911 was the 9972. It was the first gen that had PDK, and it was the last gen for hydraulic assisted steering in the 911. So you had this crossover of a newer technology that I love and an older technology that's been made extinct in most cars now. I figured I'd just get another Carrera S and call it a day. All of a sudden it's like, Turbo S's, they were limited production. They only came with PDK, which I still wanted a PDK. I know there's a lot of people, it's like, a non-3 pedal 911? Their heads explode. But I live in Los Angeles. I wanted a car I could drive as much as possible. So I knew I wanted a 997 Turbo S, but I didn't want one in black, white, silver, or gray. And that means you can't find one. Honestly, I think they gave away a free Boxster to everyone who bought a Turbo S in black. Seriously. I tried to find one that wasn't one of those 4 colors. I couldn't. I finally typed 997.2 Turbo S into the search box of Google. Didn't go to a website, didn't go to a car site, just typed that in the search box. All these images and listings pop up, and this thing pops up. And I'm like, that's a Turbo S? That can't be a Turbo S. It's red. It's a bright ruby red. And it was. And it was in Newport Beach, 20 minutes from my house, after thinking I was going to have to go to Colorado Springs for a dark blue one, or Ryan Friedman in New York for like another like bluish colored one. And this thing was 20 minutes from my house with 1,951 miles on it. This is essentially how I would have ordered the car. Honestly, the original owner went a little nutso on the interior carbon fiber trim. I mean, he checked every box, but I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I wouldn't have spent that kind of money for that much carbon fiber inside. I could make an argument the 911 is like Germany's muscle car, you know, in terms of the robustness, the fact that they're designed to be pounded on and they don't care, like muscle cars can do, but like a lot of exotic cars can't. It was such a good car for that rally, and I'm so glad I got it.
Turbo S for the win. Doesn't show his age. It's just as fast as practically anything else here. Carl Cherry.
So I'm going to be going up against Carl in the 911 Turbo S.
My only hope is to possibly be able to keep up in a straight line, because in every other way, that's the car. But I'd like to try a straight line shot. That's my only possible chance.
765 is going to put car and a half.
Watch Carl come through.
That was very good.
It was close. Yeah. It was close. I got him initially, but just, yeah, as the speed poured on, he just got past me.
So for these nerds that have been racing all day and wearing down their quick reaction thinking and their energy, I've been sitting inside in the air conditioning, eating and hydrating. And I'm gonna Lewis Hamilton everybody out there. That's the name of that driver, right? Or is that the swimmer, right? I remember just really getting into it, and the sun was going down, and all my friends were out on this racetrack just ripping in these things, and I felt like a kid again. And we're just ripping around. I was looking, and everybody's like laughing and stuff, and we're trying to like pass each other in the go-karts. And I remember every time I came around the finish line, I was like, is this gonna be our last lap? But they never stopped us. We just kept getting one more and one more and one more. And we raced those cars around until the sun was gone. And they finally like waved us in. But I remember like, I thought the go-karts were just gonna be like some little novelty thing that we did. And I was like, no, that's a core memory. I'm gonna remember that one. That was fun.
Were we doing a go-kart race or an obstacle course? Because you guys were parked out there, honestly. There was a moment out there where I hit 3 turns really well, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking in the pocket. And George Anthony just fucking blows past me so fast. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was me too. Every time I thought I was in the zone, I got rear-ended by
every
someone.
day this rally just is so great that I'm like, what are they gonna do the next day? And then to end on this,
sunset with the carts. That's like one of those TikToks you see where it's like you see all the carts going around. It has some like motivational quote in the sky, and you're like, dang, I really wish I had a go-kart track and sunset.
Nobody even knew about this. Like, even being on the staff, I didn't even know about it.
I remember like spinning a little like super old laptop around that belonged to my mom when I was in like a freshman in high school. And I was like, Mom, you gotta watch this. Gymkhana 2. And she's like, what?
A good friend of mine, Patrick, is actually friends with the Block family. And whenever he heard that we were going to be in Park City, you know, he reached out and said, hey, you know, if you guys have any interest, I think that, you know, I can probably arrange for you guys to go and check out the Hoonigan headquarters.
This is oddly emotional, actually. I remember when I first saw Gymkhana, I was on a flight, and I think I watched like the entire series on a flight. And it wasn't even this yet. It was a bunch of the other cars and Subarus and all the different things that he built. It was crazy. I'm not often at a loss for words.
Everything that we do is a watered down version of what they do here, of us trying to come within a whiff of this kind of stuff.
Inspired by this.
Being here is unbelievable.
It wasn't Hoonigan HQ, it was Ken Block's playground, kind of. And it had all his memorabilia.
This car weighs about 3,000 pounds, has 1,400 horsepower, and he and his daughter were the only two that have driven it. Ken did it in Gymkhana, he's done it in Pikes Peak, he's done it in quite a few films. And Leah actually went faster than he did. Only because she weighs so much less than he did. And she's got great reaction, and she drove it when she was 14.
This is absolutely wonderful, and we appreciate you welcoming us.
We're so glad that you came. Over here is most of his trophies that he's won either rally or got things for doing his Gymkhanas. They won a tremendous amount of trophies for all of the people that actually looked at it and then creation. And as you see, they just have weird little things everywhere. He loved to have all different types of art. He was a very, very media type person that did art galore. Here is your ink care wall. This is a lot of the pieces that came off of his car that were damaged that he still kept driving and going. And then over here, he's got the tires that he used in Gymkhana on several different ones and wheels. The Quattro here, he always loved the Audi. So he found this and had it redone for himself. Then Leah saw it, and that's what she wanted for her car. They found two cars, a donor car and a car that they could actually put together, and then she did all hers along with help from all the shop guys here. These are two of the Subarus that he first drove, and you'll see a little bit of damage on them, but the guys fixed them up pretty good. But that was where he started with Subaru. He actually paid the first year to run it himself, and when they found out how good he was, they took him on as a teammate. He just excelled at everything he did, even his crashes. He was constantly at those. Over here, this little white and black one with the polka dots and all, he did this up for Kira, his 14-year-old. So she's gonna learn to drive in it. And then the other one was one of his Gymkhana grid cars. Over here is all the mechanics area. The kids come play basketball here, so if y'all want to play basketball, you're welcome.
That was bizarre. I didn't expect to be impacted by that place as much as I was. The level of inspiration that he provided the world, you know.
I remember like shooting basketball in a garage with a bunch of the cars that he had in previous Gymkhanas, and I'm like, this isn't real. We're shooting 3-pointers with like rally cars like right behind us that I watched when I was in high school.
Brainstormed and things in this area, which is, like I said, is a little messy. And these are his some of his suits that he wore.
The facility design is awesome. Like,
Isn't it?
It's like hidden inside is this whole other world inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going in there was really emotional. And I didn't realize how emotional it was going to be, but you know, to see all the things all right there.
Mark and I sat down at the table that he sits at to plan Gymkhanas. It was like a weird feeling though, because it was like, this guy's he's not here anymore, but he is.
It struck emotions that most people didn't realize until you were in that presence. Yeah, because they'll never be replaced.
We do appreciate y'all coming. Ken always liked to share this place to fellow people that have the same interest, where he wanted to help community, he wanted to help those that were taking the time to do things for others. And he did that a lot himself, you know, throughout. But with y'all, I mean, it's just, I love it because y'all are doing a rally. You made us one of your #1 stops coming in, and we're so proud to be able to share it with you. You know, so nice that you were able to help donate to 43I, which is very important to us because it's a legacy for Ken, to be able to further on what he was doing as far as to the community and to other people out there that don't know they have the ability to do what they can do, and he helped them further that along the way.
Ladies and gentlemen,
LongTail Rally 2023. So 3 years ago we were invited to a rally, we joined. It was a small little banger around LA, and we needed some help transporting our arch on our first LongTail Rally. And Kenny and Karush stepped up. They not only did a good job, fuck.
Julie crying at the end of every rally. I mean, she's crying all the time. That's very emotional. Everybody enjoy Julie crying. That's what Mike says. So.
You guys have all told me time and time again, this is a lot of work. It is. It is. It's not me. It's not just me. It's my very handsome and amazing boyfriend, Michael Knapp. Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you.
We love you both!
You know, you guys are what keeps us going. You guys are what make us want to do this and have this amazing week out of the year where, you know, we get to, you know, especially this year. I think I said it earlier, but the last 2 rallies, we were the rally organizers. This year, I mean, we were really honestly participants along with you guys, and you guys made that happen for us, and we thank you for that because our experience this year was absolutely amazing. You guys are all our family now, and whether you like it or not, you're all part of our family now and a part of a really, really fun LongTail family. And it's just hopefully going to continue to get bigger, continue to get better, and be more and more fun as the years go on.
Thank you, Mike and Julie! Thank you.
I don't know if I need a mic. I don't know if you're new to this. This is my 3rd year, I think. Some of you may have heard my story with Mike already. He said, hey, I'm putting on this thing. It's LongTail Rally. And I was like, I don't have a super car, but I'll figure the fuck out. Right? And later that year, I showed up. Right? Because he showed up for me. Mike showed up not knowing me, knowing nothing about me, knowing nothing about where I was from or what I was doing. And he showed up. So I just want to express my gratitude to you all, because LongTail literally changed my life, right? I went from a thought process of, I can't, right? I can't afford that car. I can't afford to go do those things. I would never, to what do I need to do to be able to do those things, right? Like some of you in this room, I come from very humble beginnings. I tell people all the time, I used to bathe from a bucket, literally, right? Catch rainwater, scoop water for the man. And now, I just got to spend the last 7 days with all of you. And that is life-changing and very valuable to me, because it continues to afford me the opportunity to level up and change other people's lives in my life. And that's what you've all done for me. So I want to express my personal gratitude.
I never thought when I checked that box that I would get this experience. Never in my life. So this is my first rally, and I can't imagine it getting any better.
Virgin!
Right. So all I can say is LongTail 24.
There's always somebody in a rally that makes the rally about themselves instead of the group. And I think that, once again, you all deserve to give yourselves a pat on the back, because this has been awesome as far as a team atmosphere and as far as the friendship and everything. So once again, you guys are awesome, right?
So no, for me, I didn't even know I was going on this rally. I was supposed to be in Europe, and when Greg from Westheim and John called, and they're like, hey, we want you to do this rally with MB&F, and you know the brand, and you're gonna love it. And I'm like, you know, Europe sounds fun, but this sounded fun because of the route. And I didn't know a single person in here, and now all of you guys are friends. And truly, from the bottom of my heart, I love all of you. And thank you so much, Julie and Mike, for putting this together. And I really want to continue to be friends throughout the year with each and every one of you. I know I'm a little crazy at times, but you know, sometimes I can be normal.
Well, we love you.
I love you. So thank you. That's all I got. And thank you, Westheim and MB&F, for this opportunity.
You're not just like enjoying the company of people, you're enjoying the individual attributes that each person brings to the table that makes this beautiful painting of joy. It's more than just, oh, you brought a McLaren on the rally, you brought a Ferrari on the rally. It's like, you brought authenticity, you brought gratitude, you brought love. And that's why I feel like it's Christmas when I'm on LongTail.
Like, to look around and see lifelong friends now, people they wouldn't have met otherwise, unless it was for the rally. You could see where like the look on Mike and Julie's face, like Mike doesn't show emotion. He sees everybody else enjoying it, that's when you see him smile. He might not show it, but that's where he was like really happy to see.
someone to explain this. I know I have a baby that's 2 months old, but why do I find a diaper on my seat every single stop? The second diaper now, we're only on day 1.
Fucking A, dude, what the fuck is this shit?
Much better. So to be clear, for all your post-production, you're gonna make me as dainty as Tristan, right?
Stand?
Yeah, just stand in front of me for the rest of the rally.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, how the hell do you just do that with your neck?
It's an old trick of his. You know?
Hey, I'm on the phone. Will you know, come on. I mean, a little respect.
Welcome to Utah. It's really damn hot here. And I'm in the only convertible car and I'm burning. It sucks, but I'm having the time of my life. Well, the AC started blowing liquid hot magma, you know? So we're gonna try and figure out what's going on with it. Either one of our condensers got fucked from taking rockets on the way here, or it needs to be refilled. We're not sure.
Gucci, Gucci, Gucci.
What, that's not weird, bro. What are you making it weird?
16 of us.
The cable's
Make sure you can see it.
I like you guys, but I don't know if I want to be stuck with you.
He's waiting for a lap dance right now. It's like, where's the stripper? Like, how much? What's that?
Okay, fuck it. Someone hold this camera. Shit.
Dan, the tire man, uses your final diaper.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate that.